Invite someone from outside in?
Of course. I would just invite, if you are inviting people that haven't been to any of our events, please respawn and meet them at the entrance and just check in with them, let them know what's going on. And yeah, there you go. Did it immediately.
Still get it.
If they show up, that is. Okay, so I think we actually are streaming. Let me make sure it's working on YouTube. Need a YouTube check.
Nifty.
We got our NPR voice person here. Awesome.
I'll go into voice acting just for you.
That's right. That's right. Okay. Well, welcome to the next Street Epistemology of episode number that I don't remember how many of these we've done. Lots of them, though. And every week it's just a little bit different, and we learn something hopefully new. And that's the goal. So we all learn new perspectives. Part of our norms we just already talked about, which is if you're inviting people to come to this, please remind them of saying hello and saying goodbye. Also, shout out to Lau here. Lau has been persistent with me in a way I appreciate about changing the duration of this from 1.5 hours to 2 hours so that we have that extra cushion. There's no expectation that today anybody stays for the full 2 hours. I will try to wrap it up at the 1.5 hours, just because that's probably what you remember. But going forward, we'll have a little bigger window here just because we've had some bigger groups. The other norm for this event that we're going to start implementing is ideally people are showing up on time. But last week we had probably about 20 people present. And so I think going forward, if we have the staff to do this, we're probably going to split a 20-person group into 2 10-people groups and still come together at the end and kind of share learnings, etc. But it can get a little busy, when we get over a dozen people participating. So we'll fill that out. We're not, don't have like a lineup ticket area or something. The other possibility, if we don't have the staffing, is that there will be almost like a queue somehow that we'll set up where people will jump in for different parts of questions or whatever. So I don't know. We could even use the lines as cues so that, like, hey, if you've spoken on that thing in the previous one, then maybe put yourself further back in the line so the people that are closest to the front are knowing that they're queued up to be sharing first from either of those perspectives. Hello, welcome. Eclipse. Hello. Great username.
Hey, you made it.
Yeah.
Made it all myself. I poured it in.
Yay.
I just sneak around.
So cool. We've got more people coming in. Awesome. Okay, so for the newbies who haven't been here before, who would like to describe what spectrum street epistemology is? What are we doing here today? Who would like to try describing that? Challenge yourself.
Yeah, I'll go.
Okay, George
you want me up there?
Sure. Yeah, jump on the front.
Okay.
Tell us what this is.
It's a sort of exercise where you're encouraged to take positions, strong opinions that don't necessarily align with your own opinions to really flex the ability to understand a variety of perspectives, and then share those with an emphasis on understanding the opposing perspectives as well.
Yeah, that's great. Does anybody feel like there's more pieces to it that we can help George with? That's definitely the core of it. Are there more kind of rules to this, or how we encourage this that makes it fun and learning at the same time? What have you appreciated about past events that brought you back? That sort of thing.
One clarification is our opinion that we represent is not really our real opinion or genuine opinion. So we are encouraged to like take part in arguing or not arguing, like discussions.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So take a perspective that is not your own, but don't tell anybody about it. And this is a way to exercise empathy by really joining for a moment with a side we haven't necessarily explored. And trying to represent that, remembering that this is a live streamed experience and recorded. And so people who might have a perspective that isn't represented here will potentially learn from a lot of other perspectives if you give their perspective solid representation and not mocking, but just genuinely like, this is what's real here on this line. So challenging yourself to stretch is the goal. Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, I can say from experience that can be a challenge.
It can be, yes. I even slip sometimes.
Mocking or...
Exactly. Yeah. The other thing, just as a norm that has developed over time, is use emojis to stay active, even if you're not sharing. Using emojis when people are sharing are a way to give them feedback that they're being heard and enjoyed and potentially like really accurate or thoughtful. And what else? Oh, use avatars. Change your avatars if you have them to emphasize and make your point. Just make sure they're safe for work avatars, which most of the time we don't slip on that one, but it does happen on occasion. And then I think one of our norms is say hello, say goodbye. At the end of our time today, we're going to circle up and kind of share some learning of what we all got from each other and offer some appreciation. So there's a group photo right after that, and that kind of counts as your participation today and a way to kind of invest back into Bridgemakers. So I'm glad you're all here. Okay, so usually what we like to do is have people facilitate each of these statements so that it's not just me up here. So the first statement today, hello, welcome, Teacup. Aw, so glad you're here. Jump on in. The first statement today, we're giving an orientation today to how to do this, so you're very welcome here, is VR controllers are modern magic wands. Now, understandably, that could be a simple or silly statement, but this first level is to really practice bringing the shade and slight drama and whatever to get into our conflict cycles with a lot of joy and care and kindness with each other. So try to get into this. Try to make up some beautiful and ridiculous points because it's really a pointless statement, but there's culture that will emerge as we argue it.
I don't hear any voices. I'm trying to figure that out right now. Oh, I have everyone muted. I don't know why I have everyone muted.
Uh-oh. No voices? Does anybody know Teacup and can send them a message that we can hear them? Hello? Yeah, we can hear you. Hello. Hi.
Hello.
We hear you.
How to turn stickers on.
But your audio is not working. I don't know if Teacup is in Bridgemakers. So if you can't find... Oh, there you go, Venia. Way to write it. Yeah, we can hear you. I remember Teacups.
Plus, by the way, for the stickers.
Nice.
Oh.
Oh, wait. But you can see the stickers, right?
Yeah,
you
I
can
can't see them at all.
You have to have plus.
No,
But it's
everybody
also a
can
shield
see
level thing?
stickers. Yeah, it's a shield
Yeah.
level. So,
I'll see if I can figure that out.
yeah, so basically you would remove your shield level for me. It's kind of the idea.
Oh, in general, I should change it.
Well, that's true too. But yeah, can everybody see the sticker on the ground here? Okay, good. Okay. And yeah, if somebody can tag Teacup if they're in Bridgemakers and just check in with them. Maybe Carl, you're the techie guy that seems to jump in a lot.
Yeah, I think I fixed it.
Oh, yay!
Here's now.
Come on in,
Alright,
Teacup.
Yep, hi.
Glad you're here.
Teacups.
Okay, So, who would like to facilitate number 1? And Venia and I especially, but we can all coach, are going to be coaching whoever is up there so that we're still following the process. But, yeah. You're
Let me
learning as
take
you
question
go.
number 3.
Okay. Lau keeps going for 3. All right. Who would like to do number 1? Who do we got here? My controller's on the fritz. This is a chance to stretch your discourse message, said Venia. All right. So George is doing which one? Number
1.
Yay. So everybody give George
sliding forward too.
lots of emojis. I did see that, Proactive. I think he's reading them, but he's considering.
I can see them. I wouldn't mind doing one of them, whichever it may be.
Okay, maybe you're doing number 2, and then we have our lineup.
Number 2?
Yeah.
Oh.
George is going to do number 1.
Goodness.
Okay, George, so how do we get everybody where they want to be to start this? We got newbies.
Well, first line up on the neutral line initially, and encouraging very strong opinions that don't align with the one you would intuitively have to stretch the perspective and the breadth, the width of your perspective, and then find the place to land on. It doesn't have to be strongly opinionated, but that is encouraged. And with that, the first one is VR controllers are modern magic wands. And on the count of 3, pick a line. 1, 2,
I don't know what's
3.
besides which.
Have an opinion, Carl. You can do it.
Oh, there's the lines. Oh my goodness. You're quite right. Just had to open my eyes.
Okay. Oh, I'm going to go to this side since there's not many here. Okay.
Okay. So
Agrees there, disagrees there, just to clarify.
Strongly agree is on
we
the
already
extreme.
started, Mike.
And strongly disagree is on the extreme. There we go. Nice. Wow, look at, we got a good spectrum. Woohoo.
Husky, over there, you seem to be the only one to strongly agree. Now, I'm going to start with Carl over there. Can you try and guess as to why Husky over there strongly agrees with VR controllers being modern magic wands?
I want to say, as a nod to Arthur C. Clarke, that Husky does not understand how the controllers function. So they might as well be.
Carl.
My goodness.
Wait, did you get? I mean, who's going to agree with that, Carl? That's a little too shady. What is Husky? What is Husky's conviction of standing there?
Yeah, like, you know, they you could do a lot of stuff, and they just work. You know, they got all kinds of sensors and gyros and whatnot, and they make crazy stuff happen. And I mean, even myself knowing the technology, there's still a level of like, I don't know how they cram it all in there, you know?
Okay.
It's the wondrousness of it. So yes, I did throw some shade there, but I meant to just more express the, you know, they're wondrous little devices.
Okay. Cool.
Husky, was that anything, even 1% of your argument?
Not really. My argument would more so land under the fact that coding is in of itself almost like a dark arts. Most people that do coding don't even know how it's working. They just know that it compiled and it's ready to ship. We're not touching anything else because it'll implode.
Pretty base.
And every coder I know would agree with that statement. Once it's shipped, we're not touching it.
Don't touch. No touchy. So you're talking about the
It's
software.
hard to argue with the experts.
Yeah.
Is there any more that we could try guessing?
I mean, it would be a guess.
Okay, Venia, do you have any other ideas?
I mean, I'm a muggle, so I don't really understand how magic works. But my thought is, were it in fact to be magic, the manner in which the controllers function, I would presume that you wouldn't have to have bug reports.
Bug reports mean it's
Someone
not magical.
would be able to function it. Yeah.
Interesting.
So, I mean, were it to be magic, it would just work. Like, there wouldn't really be problems, per se.
Venia, you and Carl are like failing at this. This is hilarious. You're actually supposed to be supporting and empathically identifying what's over here instead of targeting what is not.
Covered mine.
Yeah, I mean, I think, yeah,
You're shot by Lau.
as a more serious thought, I think in a lot of ways, VR controllers themselves tend to create a sense of empowerment and an ability to move an entire virtual space. So my presumption would be that you could easily call it magic because the VR worlds that you are interacting with that are entirely imagined, that system, that controller, allows you to interact with those. And in that way, it is an extremely magical experience that creates a sense of empowerment in a world around you. So what's to say it's not magic if you're in a VR world slinging actual spells?
Okay, you got me on that one. So Venia had a hit on the agree. There's an echo, Venia.
Uh-oh. Okay.
Yep.
So hey, you got struck down.
I got hit. Yes.
Found out.
Sinking ship here. Good.
Husky, is there still more that wasn't covered?
I would say there's a factor that it's not necessarily just VR chat. You could just be booting it up to play with essentially 3D crayons. And art in and of itself is somewhat of a magic, considering it's putting your thoughts, emotions onto a canvas, whether it be 3D, flat, media, clay. That in itself ends up coming back around to being some sort of magic of being able to share so many different feelings in just a singular thing. And like, I know head patting people on here is a magic in its own.
Oh,
Yeah.
This is an argument for the furries to be swayed. Interesting.
It doesn't have to be a furry person. Some people just like being pat on the head.
Yeah.
You're getting more compelling, Husky.
Teacup, I noticed your hand was raised.
Nice.
Hi, yeah. Do we even have magic defined?
How would you define it, Teacup?
You can't get into semantics. The whole thing falls apart.
I would define it as like a psychological practice to like kind of influence the things around you, I guess.
Psychological process to influence things around you. That's interesting.
Yeah.
That seems to run parallel. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
No, actually, that's all I wanted to say. I don't want to bog down the flow too much.
Yeah, it seems to run parallel to the experiential theme. The experience is so magical that it essentially is, and that's what really matters for some of you on this side. Do we have time for your side to try and guess theirs?
Yeah, both sides have to guess each other's. Yeah.
Gotcha. Husky, you want to give it a shot to those that strongly disagree? with your position?
In what fashion?
So basically, you're going to try to guess why they're standing on strongly disagree to controllers being magic. Like they're muggles in one admitted case, you know, like maybe they don't know what magic is. We don't know. But try to give them an argument that they're going to be like, yeah, you get me. You understand why I chose this angle.
Well, some would say that even something like cooking could be a scientific method. So in that case, even magic in itself can be scientific. And so what is magic if not just something you don't simply understand yet?
Oh, that's interesting. Did that get anybody over there? I think Venia is being swayed by Lau's body language. The magician speaks.
My thumbs
Nope,
down.
not Carl's. 10% on Venia. Well done. Well done.
Wow. You seem like you understand magic pretty well. Do you have anything for the magic naysayers over there?
Exactly. The boohooers.
Let me think.
The bah humbuggers.
They don't think they don't think the VR controllers are as cool as magic, so they don't count it as magic.
Oh yeah, so it's like a diss on magicians. Oh, I love I'm over here, but half my avatars are witches. Yes. Way to be in a range.
You know, I'll give you a checkbox of agreement for that, but that's not the reason.
Okay. I would guess that they're over there. Can I guess?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I would guess you're over there because you have thought of a different object that represents modern magic wands, and you would have never come up with VR controllers. So you're waiting to reveal the real modern day magic wand, like a toothbrush or something, you know, something that is wandy and kind of magical, but not necessarily a controller.
Yeah, that's pretty much 100%. I've been waiting to just say like a cell phone is 100% more a magic wand
there we
device.
go.
Like you can do goddamn anything with a cell phone these days. Whole computer plus 10 other devices.
Yeah, lovely.
Controller is just a peripheral. Like even the headset itself is more
Magical.
than
It's wrong attribution. So I got Carl. I feel accomplished. Woo! But I didn't get Venia. It'd be really funny if one of you were like, yes, it was the electronic toothbrush. How did you know?
Right.
Okay. Because Venia's a muggle.
What was yours again, Venia?
She's a muggle.
Ha.
Would it... My argument, I kind of gave mine away initially as a joke, but it was legitimately, like, the reason I'm over here is if it were a magic wand, we wouldn't have to troubleshoot it every time it breaks.
Yeah.
Maybe you will have a broken magic, so you have to fix the broken magic, right?
You are the magic, Venia, that would troubleshoot it. Maybe you're the unicorn hair in the wand.
Am I? Okay. All right.
And it's back to echoing.
I'll
are you sure your
accept that.
mics are in the right place? You're
So
loud
far,
enough.
it's only been you that's been echoing through Venia.
Oh, that is interesting.
So they might need to lower you slightly.
Thank you. Gotta use my magic wand right now.
Whoever speaks echo to the mic, I think.
Okay.
Might just
Microphone.
be a tonal thing as well.
Also, your Venia side, they might need to lower you. so then you're just not coming through.
Okay.
Oh, right. Okay. Yeah, try to lower my volume, Venia, on when you point at me. That might help a little bit.
You're just too powerful, Heyuh.
I just have a booming voice. Okay. George, what's next step?
Shall we
Mm-hmm.
move towards the more the closer to neutral sides, or do the old switcheroo?
So the switcheroo part is next. This is where we find out if anybody who has heard these arguments are changing their positions.
So yeah, in light of all the arguments that have happened, teacup. I'll count down to 3, and then
Then we
after the
switch.
countdown,
Yes.
yeah, it'll be switching. So on your marks, 1, 2, 3.
Lao is recruiting with actual magic. Yay! Wait, where did our...
You left me.
What? Did we lose you, Husky? I think that's betrayal. I curse your wands. Okay.
I think I won this one.
All right.
I lost Venia, though.
We got Venia, though. And Lao and I just ramped up our decision matrix here. Nice.
So Husky, you moved by far the farthest. What destroyed your belief in all things magic and wonderful?
I started to understand it too much.
Yeah.
It started to make too much sense. And I can't unlearn things.
Arthur C. Clarke.
It loses
Arthur
the
said
magic
that.
when you understand it. Oh,
Yeah.
you should see my worlds. They're very magical. You wouldn't care anymore.
Just talk a whole spiel about how you can't unlearn things in the bridge shakers area.
Gahooligan seemed to move really far.
Yeah.
And Venia.
Gahooligan, you move not from an extreme to another extreme, but to an opposite sort of side of the spectrum. What happened to your beliefs?
I was mostly thinking about it like the impact like having controllers on in VR can have for like conveyance of one's word, gesticulation, that sort of stuff. And I kind of limited faith for people's ability to, or not ability, but willingness and or ability to pick up on that in everyday conversation, or, casual, hey, cool avatar, blah, 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 sort of small talk going on. And so, like, I wouldn't think it's super important for those kinds of interactions, but, I got the Quest Touch controllers type shit going on, and, they're, for fucking, it's not like a cell phone. I didn't pay $800-$600 for these type of stuff, and that's pretty cool technology in there for, bang for your buck wise, and so it's nifty. And so, yeah, I wasn't thinking about, like, the technological end of it.
The price is magical. And he's a Oculus rep also, and he's coming out about it. Commissions for
You
once.
see the magic in the experience.
Yes. Who else? Anybody else moved and want to share?
Venia actually
Venia
moved
did. That's
completely
true.
to the opposite side. Why were you in denial about your magical race this whole time and finally accepted that?
Well,
You became a magical girl.
was I in denial about? No, unfortunately. I think
thought
I've
you were a
just
Muslim.
discovered what was beyond the cloak of death. Lau's just been flinging magic the whole time, and that's just
He recruited
indisputable.
you.
It's indisputable. It's look at that. Look at that. That defies the laws of physics right there. That right there, that defies the laws of physics. And I don't know, I can't explain it. And also, if you were to ask me to deconstruct said controller, I'm not entirely sure I'd be able to explain it either. So, yeah, I mean, do you have to troubleshoot it? Yeah, but does troubleshooting magic maybe exist? I don't know. I'm a muggle, but I'll accept that the experts are right on that one.
Oh my gosh, that's awesome. I feel like people have gotten more magical in their avatars since we started this. Some people have. It's interesting. Carl has a wand behind him. Yeah. Any other reflections before we go to question 2 on why you moved to where you did?
I just want to say George moved me because what feels magical, it's magic.
Lau is in a self-reinforcing loop. I am magical, therefore my controllers are magical. I have touched them.
It's a powerful and captivating loop, and it explains itself.
Yeah.
Yeah, Teacup, you moved from neutral to pretty strong disagreement there. So
Yeah, I only did that because I feel like calling these controllers magical wands kind of waters down the meaning of magic, and it's just like an intuition I have, so that's why I moved.
I actually had something very similar to that.
Yes, Theo?
Well, it's very similar to the same idea. It's like magic's like a little bit more out there with its own like definition than it is like constructed. Like, because Carl's point was kind of the big one that made me move, talking about how like so much of the extent of our technology is sort of constructed by our own demands, not really by a demand that or a domain that is indescribable, or the process is completely, magical.
Quantifiable.
Quantifiable, yeah, that's a good one.
You have to have magical.
We can talk about something that's not so magical, sir.
Oh,
Lau.
Goodness.
Oh my goodness.
This is getting heated.
This is getting contextual. That's right. With lasers on the end and weapons have arrived. I don't think that's quite safe for work, Mr. Lau. Cool. Okay. I think we have covered question 1. Let's all give George lots of emojis for, I think this was your first facilitation?
Yeah, it was. And yes, I get stage right. Thank you. Thank you all for
very proud.
Congratulations.
Yay. Okay. So niceness hides prejudice. And just so you know, when I made the graphic for this, which was taking 2 graphics and putting them together and then adding another graphic to imply a thumb, I originally had a knife. But then I thought, why ramp it up that far? So I put a gavel there instead. But I'm letting you know that I definitely know stories. Niceness hides prejudice. So, yeah, who was going to facilitate this one? Somebody had volunteered.
It was me.
Okay, proactive. Get up there.
And can I ask a clarifying question?
Yeah, do it.
I assume this is a lot of folks use niceness lately, and that kind of like nice guys finish last, the kind of, not genuine niceness, like self-serving, that kind of entitled niceness. Is that what we're talking, or is it like, I don't know, semantics get me, and that just,
I think it's more of a personal interpretation thing, isn't it?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I have no idea where to stand. That's my problem.
Pick it as if you knew. And for those of you who arrived a little later, we're all getting to a size that we can comfortably fit. So I need to change my size actually on the neutral line before Proactive tells us which one to go to. So we can see each other. Oops, wrong one.
No matter what size you are, you're all lovely to me.
Also, there's that. We all belong.
Oh, no gestures. I had to play the mom.
That's right. Ooh, now I'm tiny. Ooh. Tiny me.
Oh, it's a lot of changes.
Yay.
All right.
Who's standing out of this
Everyone
one?
ready?
Husky, are you going to join us? Are you taking off?
He's away for a moment.
Okay. Okay. Gotcha. All right.
Okay, so we're all in the center. And the question again. Niceness hides, oh my goodness, prejudice. So, strongly agree, strongly disagree there. On count of 3, you're going to go to wherever you think. 1, 2, 3.
Mm.
Very nice spread.
Mm-hmm. Yay.
That avatar fascinates me, but I'll get beyond that.
Which one?
Little
Carl's?
BMO.
Oh.
Oh, BMO.
Oh, Theo's a little BMO.
Yeah.
Saw that
So cute.
All right. So I'll get on to being semi-professional here. Let's see. George, I'm going to pick on you since you were up here last time. So, why do you think we have... Lau didn't talk much. Lau is over on strongly agree.
Because niceness is a very acceptable form of hiding, a very popular and acceptable form of hiding opinions and prejudices and emotions in general. So it creates this sort of communication layer, a very strongly facilitated layer, a very popular one. It's part of workplaces and cultures and schools everywhere. So naturally people pick up on it. And it enables all these people to sort of just go about their day while hating each other. They can work together while hating each other because they have this socially instituted, politeness, niceness. And by leaning into that politeness and niceness, people can just keep hiding their hate of each other.
Wow. Boom. I get a sticker for that.
Well said.
Yeah.
Yes.
So, Lau, how correct was that? A little bit, lot?
Nope. Nothing.
Wow.
Fuel.
That was a pretty thorough description.
Did it hit Hooligan? Gahooligan?
How about you, Gahooligan? Did that hit as well?
It did. Yeah, that's kind of more or less it. Yeah.
Yeah, direct hit. Well done, George.
Yeah, I get 1 point.
You got one.
All right. Well, we'll go on the opposite end again. And I'll pick on Gahooligan.
Oh,
Why
actually,
do you think...
one more guess for Lau.
We continue on that side and go to that side.
Yeah,
all right.
You got it. You're getting it.
Okay. So, Carl, why do you think Gahooligan is over on the strongly agree?
Honestly, I struggled.
Actually, we got Gahooligan. We're still going for Lau.
George nailed me.
Yeah.
Did we?
Yeah.
So I asked George to answer Lau.
Can I
Yes, you
pass
got
the
me.
ball, Armani or
So-
Barry? Do you have a guess? Because I'm having a rough time with this one.
Oh. Or me.
Yeah, I don't have a good idea. Yeah, I'm
Okay.
thinking, in terms of
So-
success.
Oh, sorry, who's
Okay.
speaking?
That's me.
I
Yeah.
apologize. I have the volume
Yeah.
down, default on everyone.
Yeah, you're fine. Yeah, it's like, this is just my guess. It's not the best one here, but I'm thinking it's having to do with, it being, successful, I guess, on a technical level. Like, can it hide it? Yeah. But,
taking the statement, I guess, on face value, on like a binary level, if it's this or that, then perhaps it does. But I don't know. It's in other words, I think what I'm saying is you're saying it's true. Well,
Did you say cheap?
true.
True. Okay. So who wants to try reflective listening for
Taking actual
Armani
false value.
on what Armani shared?
Just that, like, in a literal way, the statement resonates that, I could see that just, Lao sees their definition of niceness kind of conveys a level of insincerity that hides, what they often believe people are doing that for, like, prejudicial reasons. Like, they're judging somebody, and so they're being, insincerely nice to that person.
So, okay. Is that what you were thinking, Armani? Did that fit it?
Yeah, enough. Yeah.
Okay.
I think so.
So my summary of that then is Lao is actually a super judgmental person underneath, but he's so nice to all of us. And he's coming out about this right now. He's like, I judge you all. That's why I strongly agree.
Why do you think I've been so polite?
Applaud you for being so polite, Lau.
That's kind of a hit for me.
Hey, look at that.
I judge you guys politely.
That's right. Nice. Okay. Yeah. So we got the other side. Well done, team.
Yeah, I mean, if I take my confusion on each word and basically just frame it in a way that isn't how I was seeing it, then that's basically what we did there.
Okay. Cool. Good reframing.
Ooh,
Okay, now we do the other side.
Yes, I'm just trying to see what Venia here is trying to say.
Oh yeah. Venia. Ooh, I like
suppose
that one.
nothing.
I forgot about that avatar. It's really cute.
we don't need three statements.
Sorry,
We need
there's
three
there's a
paragraphs.
weed whacker going, so I'm trying not to be intrusive.
Every Monday in Australia is Storm Venia's home time. Is Husky back? I feel Husky's presence looking down on all of us, but I keep going like, are you watching us? Are you judging us? Are you being nice? Nice. Okay.
No, he's just wise and does that.
That's right.
All right, so now it's my time to say, what do you two think about that side, correct?
Yeah, you got it.
Okay. Well, I'll start from the bottom again.
Mm-hmm.
Lau. Why do you think Carl's there?
Carl or George or
Um.
even Husky. Let's pretend he's over there.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll do a broad sweep then.
Yeah.
Because niceness and prejudice cannot simultaneously exist. It's like the opposite side of each one. If you can, yeah.
Mm-hmm. If you're nice, you're not prejudiced. That's what you're saying.
Yeah.
Okay. Did I get it for anyone?
Nah.
Nope. No. Okay.
I'm interested to hear what it actually is.
Yeah.
All right, Gahooligan, how about in general? Why do you believe George and Carl are there?
Because niceness hiding prejudice isn't always the case. Some people are just genuinely nice, right? And it would be a crying shame if, someone who is genuinely nice was thought of as having these unpopular opinions or ideas that don't mesh with everyone else or society as a whole, and so they hide it behind something when that's just not the case, right? And so it doesn't always hide prejudice, as good as a veil as it can be sometimes.
Yeah, I think that pretty much hits mine pretty directly, because think I was going for the most broad interpretations of the words, and like I don't think statement computes for me. It's like niceness isn't really related to prejudiceness. Like people are always kind of prejudging all the time, and it's kind of more a matter of whether you're acting upon those or treating people poorly based on assumptions you may have made when you're, confronted with them. Yeah, I think like, hey, Venia's noted a difference between niceness and kindness, and that's kind of where I was struggling, and I don't really see that difference. I see them as synonyms, and maybe one fits in a sentence better than the other. So then when it comes to prejudice, like I said, we're all kind of doing it all the time, just as a way our brains are programmed. Like even, I see somebody in a robot avatar, like I'm instantly tying something to their username or their avatar. Like you're always making assumptions. But yeah, no, I'm generally pretty dang nice, I think, and I don't think that conveys much more than just saying in general that I am a friendly person to be around.
I think in a lot of ways, apologies, the weed whacker is done for now. So I kind of have this philosophy that I've been thinking about as I've been hearing a lot of other people's, and I'd be interested. Oh no, it just started again. I'll be fast. For me, I find that when a lot of people are very nice, they are trying to navigate social scenarios in order to keep things from being tumultuous or difficult, right? And in a lot of ways, it involves a lot of political white lies, and that's good to a certain extent, right? The problem, however, is when you choose to be nice at the sacrifice of other people in the room and at the sacrifice of the way that you personally believe, you are choosing not to rip off the Band-Aid in order to kind of keep things civil. And that's, come on. You're trying to keep things civil. Yeah. I can't think. Anyway, I'm done.
I agree with the overall point, but to me, it's more of a, sorry, and I know we're not supposed to go back and forth here. I'm more clarifying my stance. But I'll say that I think that that's kind of losing something in the language when we try to take things that are kind of more synonymous and make them more kind of specific in that way, rather than just using, saying somebody's being facetious or disingenuous, and kind of being more specific about the language and behavior, rather than just trying to take, words that are pretty much equivocal and draw a line down the middle.
I do thank you for the back and forth, though. It helps me ground myself on what I'm doing. So there's a positive spin here. I do want to know what it's Theo, right? Why you're in the neutral line. I always want to hear that.
Well, I was sort of not sure. I wanted to understand what prejudice was with the accordance of niceness, like recognizing like what conditions people into their prejudice, and sort of like now listening a bit more, it kind of makes me recognize that it's just ultimately the perceptions of our like internal dialogue and recognizing in which we memorize or internalize into the space of what things are through our perspective, which is not always associated by our conditions of our emotions. It can be. You can always condition an emotion and behavior into the condition of your perspective, your observation through your perspective. But ultimately, like it is, there are going to be like different kind of people with different kind of like ways in which they have prejudice towards their interacted variables or environment.
Now, I know there's an issue of time. Are we just going to move on to the next question?
We're going to say 3, 2, 1, move, and see where people move to.
Absolutely. All right. And not to dismiss the other players or participants. I'm sorry if I didn't get to you. So, everyone, 3, 2, 1. When I say 3, go to where your stance has changed to, if it has. On 1, 2, 3, and swap.
Wow. You won,
I
Lau. You
believe
didn't even
all
know
but
it.
one has moved.
Wow. That's great.
Okay.
Wow. I think, was it
Again, I'm super.
was it Armani? You were the one that stayed, but everybody else moved? No, I think Venia also stayed.
I moved a little bit.
Oh, you moved also?
I stayed.
Yes, it was just you, I believe.
Okay. So the one person who didn't stay is ordinary. Maybe we should flip this and hear from ordinary. Oh.
Yeah.
What
So, why did you stay there exactly?
So for me, like what Lau and Venia said, like that resonated. That's true, but I
you did. Yeah.
also
Sorry.
Yeah, but the sentence is kind of difficult. Like Carl said, to really understand like these two things, do they go together or do they not fit together? Like Venia said, I know that I am nice to some people that I would rather just not interact with, just to keep the atmosphere good in the room sometimes. But I also am nice to many people because I want to be nice to them. Just I'm not forcing myself. So I guess it can be nice for both reasons, but I choose to believe that most of the time that people are nice, it's because of genuine reasons. Yeah, it's not pretending most of the time. That's why I stayed.
We lost our host.
Yeah.
No. You outed him. He felt prejudice and he was like, no, I'm never authentic. Okay, and Venia stayed for the same reason.
I will echo what Barry's saying too, real quick. Same reason. But yeah, getting more perspectives on interpretations of the sentence got me to neutral because I was struggling.
Yeah, I keep looking at that statement and I think about, everyone's feedback seemed to lean in that precarity, reinforcing myself. Nice. I keep thinking about what's the counter statement to this? Like, would the counter statement be kindness reveals prejudice? And
kindness keeps the ball moving?
Kindness, yeah. Or would a different way to write this is toxic positivity hides prejudice?
Yeah.
So I'm just feeling out the different possibilities, but yeah. Well, when Proactive gets back, hopefully Proactive gets back, we'll give them. Oh, there we go. Lots of emojis. Thank you. Or not alcohol. I meant pop up.
I'll have you continue. VR chat apparently didn't like me there today.
Apparently, you got zapped out of the sky.
Yeah,
Okay.
Apparently, I'll stand over with Husky.
Yeah, nice. You're in the timeout Husky corral. Okay. So for question 3, I think it's Lau, right? Okay, Lau. Tell us what to do.
Okay,
Get
so
behind.
first thing first, back to the neutral line.
Yay.
Oh, we're on the next question?
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Okay.
Yes. All right. Okay. Now, we're gonna go start at the third question. The military budget is too high and it should be cut, like reduced. Okay, then give you guys a few seconds to think about it, because it's kind of deep.
And before people try to ask the question, which military, the answer is yes. Go with what you know. There's a point to this.
Okay. Yeah, okay, I think I gave enough time. Okay, so 10, 3, 1, move.
10, 3, 1, move. Okay.
Yeah. That's
I
why
like
I
it.
don't participate in this question because I
like
am
your
not good in
counting.
math. I'm just joking. But yeah.
Nice. 10, 3, 1 move.
Okay. Oop, whoops.
Oh, we've got a teacup wandering
Okay,
around.
what a spectrum.
Yeah, look at that.
Yeah, that's a huge. Okay, so I'm gonna start with George and Teacups. Guessing on Venia. And like our other agree side. What are they thinking about reducing the cost? The budget. So you guys decide. Yeah. Josh, you can go first.
Yeah, it's an extreme cost that is not only lacking use in times of peace, but actually makes it more precarious or challenging to uphold peace and drains finances from more useful endeavors during times of peace.
So you're saying that it is way too high cost and it's not used like properly or efficiently, and also it kind of harms the economy.
Yeah,
Right,
it's just and it takes away from anything else that would be more useful.
Yeah, there's specifically a part
more,
about
using
peace
it properly.
times. You were saying that peace times, if the budget continues to be this high, it's actually hurting us.
Mm-hmm. Okay, does that get any of you? Armani, Proactive, Venia?
35% open.
Partial on
Okay.
Armani. And Venia is ish yes? Question mark?
Is yes, also partial hit.
Okay.
Okay, nothing on Proactive. Okay, I see.
Oh yeah,
Well,
I'm down in solids. I'm just
Maybe you guys just
But yeah,
think
he's quite
that
right.
violence in war is disgusting.
Nice. That's simpler. You shouldn't be funding people to be violent.
Violence in war is just in general disgusting.
Can you hear Teacup, Venia? Or are you saying you just heard there was a lot of cutting out? So very quiet. Yeah. If you point
it's
it.
basically saying that
War is gross and violent.
war is violent, and violence is generally disgusting and unfavorable. Yeah.
Way to have a gentle touch there. You're like, vomit on war. Ah. Do you feel validated? Mine is a tad more. Oh, God. All right, everyone, get your accountant glasses on. Here goes Venia. Can you share it instead of type it? Because otherwise we're gonna get dizzy.
Yeah, I'm gonna try to share this. So the thing is, when it comes to the American gross military budget, the cost of a single aircraft carrier is $12.7 billion. NASA has a cumulative yearly income of, I think, 80 million. They're canceling NASA. They're not selling an aircraft carrier.
Wow.
We have like 13 aircraft carriers. We're spending 13 billion per aircraft carrier. There are 13 of them. We could sell one aircraft carrier and get rid of student loans. That's a thing.
Wow. When you put it like that.
I don't think it's that simple.
Those are very high numbers.
Those are very high numbers. Also, context for everybody to note is Venia's frame is specifically the United States military budget. So that's just something to notice. And
Who would we sell
Proactive
it
is giving
to?
Venia money. To our enemies, of course. So they
Yes.
could play Battleship like we are doing right now, but with empathy. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's a point. The used Battleship lot of peacetime.
Okay, so we're gonna do it. Do Armani and Proactive want to talk about what's the reason?
Let
So
the
I'm-
well-spoken one go first. That'd be you.
Okay. So I'm saying my reason or the reason, just to make sure I'm guessing.
Your
I'll say
reason.
mine.
Your reason.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay, so I'll start with why I'm not far in the agree, and then why I'm not far in the further to the right. I'd say I'm not on strongly agree since this is the more, I guess, challenging part, I guess, about deterrence, and I guess a visual reminder of activities and countries' interests. And I guess geopolitics and having a physical reason, or making a physical statement in addition to a verbal or diplomatic statement. And then the reason I'm not all the way to disagree is because of some of the points that covered there, George, as well as I'd add, and I want to read that. You kind of want to, yeah. Yeah, the should be part. I'm just looking at each word because it's like its definition is too high, and its definition to I guess the should be part. So I'd say I am a little bit more towards neutral, just because there's justifiable claims to that, so, in essence, really. And that involves balance. So if the should be is in finding a balance, and that we should seek balance. So if should be is saying we should be finding balance for that, then
So
if cutting is finding a way to balance, then yeah.
Yeah, so instead of cutting it entirely, we should balance it.
Yeah, that's interesting.
Okay. Yeah, this is also a word choice. We should maybe reduce it, but not cut entirely. What about practice? I worry that military balances are not entirely balanced to begin with. My Venia, yeah.
Well,
Well, you
I
could
am
contract
here.
NASA and get like the best of both worlds.
Space fleet. Okay, proactive.
Space.
Your turn.
Okay, time for my words. As
Uh-oh.
great as they may or may not be, I don't have much to say. I do agree that they should be cut. We're talking about American military. When we think military and global powers, that's it.
You could have the best of both.
They should have their
contracting
resources
also
more
with
spent
big
on
high-tech companies.
helping themselves in a non-violent
Nice.
way and helping the rest of the world, again, in a non-police state way. I shouldn't say police state, but policing the world is what I mean. That's how I feel the state of the military is for them. There's probably political reasons behind their power. I don't know. I'm not going to talk about that because I have no clue. Those are really my reasons for cutting the budget. Just spread the wealth and worry more about non-military topics.
So that's a better use of the budgets, and also military is not just US. It's like the whole world. I hope I get it right. All right, we're gonna switch the tide now. Venia, you can try to guess George and Teacups and the other disagree side, like why they should not cut the budget.
So in general, what you can do is just ask for a volunteer on the one side to guess for all the other side, and that allows the people that are ready to jump. Yeah.
Yeah. If Venia is not ready, any of you can, throw an idea.
I would say. Oh, you want to
Go ahead. Yeah, no. I like to hear your thoughts on these things.
I don't know. We're talking about military right now.
Yeah.
So I would say the major counterpoint is that the balance of the world as it stands right now relies very much on a status quo of countries acting as they have in the past and not changing things too much. So my presumption is if America, for instance, were to just turn off military budgeting, a lot of things would break and a lot of the world would be very unhappy. So I think in a lot of ways it's got to be a very gradual change, a very gradual ratcheting down, so to speak, because there's a lot of people's livelihoods and careers involved in military. So I would say that a significant counterpoint for the military budget not being so inflated is these programs have been implemented by experts over the course of decades in military for so long. It would be far be it from me as a citizen who, as y'all have said, doesn't know what's going on, for me to just presume that those systems do not help on a global level. So I could imagine that being a really big difference of just like, hey, the world is the way it is right now. We are safe because of the military budget at its current state. I can imagine.
Interesting.
So it's one thing is about the rooted the rooted economy affected on the budget side, and the other one is that we doesn't realize that this military is bringing us peace. Am I right?
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I just don't know that the money being spent is well spent, you know?
Yeah. That's why I'm only slightly agree over here, is because I'm pretty sure it's a fact that as military spending increase, deaths from war decrease. But beyond that, I know it's much, much more complicated than that. We probably do it better. Yeah, so slightly disagree.
Okay, that hits. Oh. Yeah. Does that hit anybody else?
Yeah, George, Teacup, Gahooligan. Nope. Okay.
Damn, okay. Armani, Proactive, do you guys have any idea or guesses? I guess Proactive can go first.
I'm going to say they're over there not because of the American military, but global military in general. All militaries cutting their budget, per se, could help all their citizens be better, and there'd be less inclination to be violent towards each other. Could that possibly be it?
Yeah, it's not about on the US, it's about global.
They got me.
It's funny.
Okay.
Kind of got me, but I'm okay.
Armani and I are in the mild place, and we're like, and neutralized. Yes.
Wow.
That's it. Nice.
Friendly fire, but it's okay.
Yeah.
Armani, do you have any idea?
I think it has to do with more of like
request invite.
Got a puzzle.
being
I'll go find.
That's me.
Puzzle.
That's me. I
I'm
don't
thinking
know
about
who you are.
opinion of your
What is
point.
it?
Hold on.
What does it say here?
Hold on, puzzle.
I'll pause.
Okay.
Where'd you go, puzzle? Oh, I can't run for puzzle because I'm the recorder.
Okay, cool. You're
trying to
already
guess
at
what
orange.
else.
This works out great.
It's like
Wonderful, wonderful.
the part
This is
about, I
why
guess,
the whole-
stability
The bridge makers.
and global
What are you
stability.
not? That's true.
But
This
I
just
get
makes
that.
it
That
easier.
covers
I'm more
like
kind of a
point
blank
corrective.
thinker.
So
It's not very good. Okay, I believe
Carl?
you
Yeah,
follow
the
along.
stability that
Go
causes.
grab puzzle.
Wait.
Sorry. I realized I'm recording, so I can't run down there because then everybody's just going to see you all continuing to talk and hearing conversations with Puzzle. So, yeah,
Yeah.
thank you. I
Does
did
that
not
got
hear
anyone?
anything that what was said. Sorry.
I can start over
Yeah.
just to
Or just
actually think,
reflective
because it's
listening
like,
also, if somebody
yeah,
wants to
please,
try
yeah.
that. What'd you hear?
I think it's like a stack of dominoes. If the
Hi, it's
budget is cut.
Armani. Wow, these are really straight lines. Who did these lines?
Thank you.
Welcome in. We are at
Love
the
it when
topic,
people
and
compliment
we are
my
hearing out
lines.
the Armani's guesses.
Mhm.
Damn, and I brought my friend Soul here. So,
Soul,
and
Welcome.
They are a cutie pie of
Welcome.
extremes, and they love musicals and other fancy music things.
Okay, so we're
And I'm a jellyfish.
Yes, you are. You're welcome
Armani, can you
to.
repeat it? Like your guesses?
Yeah, I'll say I'm thinking it's the stability thing where if the budget was cut, there's some dominoes that would fall, kind of like it kind of relates to both Venia by your point and Break your point. So I'm not quite sure what other parts I could think of stability wise.
Mm-hmm.
But I may be overthinking. Maybe something simpler.
Did that land for anybody? Budgets are subjective, I think.
True, and true.
Puzzle is
So in
jumping
that
right
case, I'll be no. Okay.
We are on number
Puzzle.
3. If you want to pick a line, and we're
Uh,
almost at the
Yeah, it has
end,
to be the
actually.
opposite, right?
Yeah. So
Yeah, you
so
got to be the opposite and argue for it.
yeah, if you or your friend want to just hang out on a line, we're almost done with our questions today. But you're welcome to hang out.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay,
Then we'll
so
hang out then.
I just want to ask, it seems like we didn't got George and Cups, so what's your both ideas? George can go first. Seems like you have a lot to
Mine's
say.
pretty simple. Just put all your humanitarian effort into your military structure, because you probably won't get budget cut like the ones that are humanitarian.
Mm-hmm.
You have to
That's
go
it.
on Heyuh.
I thought you were gonna
So
say
Canada does.
you like guns. You'd be like, no, it's not high enough because
I'll take a
I
picture.
like guns. But you're actually just saying modify the military to be more humanitarian. Keep the budget.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
It's interesting.
Listen.
Cool. Who else?
Okay.
I think
What
we
about
can
Cups?
modify the military to be more humanitarian. I think we can balance the budget better. But mostly, I think a country is its ideals, and I think the survival of that country would be the top of the priority list because those ideals can't exist without the survival of the country.
You cut out for me, so I didn't hear all of
So
that.
it's like,
Who would?
Venia said I would be on board with a military-funded doctor without borders program to eradicate
Tuberculosis.
Mhm.
Thank you.
Oh, wow. It's best to go to your friend. I don't want to add too many people.
Oh, okay. Good to meet you, Sotaru. If you're taking off.
I mean, is it a wild friend?
Nice. Yeah.
Yeah, okay, yeah. I got it.
All right.
I'm pretty wild too.
Let's do 3, 2, 1. Unless there's any pieces
Yeah,
missing.
for the
Have
sake of
fun. I'll
time,
catch up with ya.
because the time is about to reach, so I'll start to move you guys. So, ready? 3, 1, move.
Wow, you're missing numbers. Okay. Let's
Oh,
see.
really? Oh, okay, my bad.
2-1. Yes.
Is it 21?
Nice.
Oh, okay, my bad.
321. Nice. Awesome. Okay, did everyone move? And Puzzle and
No. Wow.
Sotaro, if you want to jump on a line, you're welcome to. That's a way to move. Math is
I was an
infinite.
imposter.
You're an imposter. Wow.
Teacups
Nice.
line. Carl moved
So-
in. Let me see.
I always have
So,
strong
you want
opinions.
to talk about why you moved so much, Teacups?
Because I was an imposter, and this is what I actually agree with.
Okay.
Okay.
Finally retired
What about
from the
Kyle?
CIA.
Like, cut the budget. I know what's inside. Nice.
I'm not inside anymore.
That's right. I'll tell you the
So
truth.
it's okay to cut the budget.
Nice.
Okay. What about Carl?
It seems like you moved a lot.
I mean, somewhat the same as Teacups, honestly, but not like disingenuously, but more, I was kind of leaning one way of neutral of, I don't know enough about the situation, but I know there's a lot of systems that rely on that whole mechanism, as Venia pointed out. So then, but, I do more genuinely believe, like, I'm sure we could do better. Go to this side of slightly agree that, yeah, we need to do something. I don't know what. Like, it's not like we have somebody to sell that aircraft carrier to.
Well, Jeff Bezos, he might like it.
Nice. As long as they agree
No
to use
more
it on a
aircraft.
different planet.
Strap some
Venia says the aircraft carriers are why
the aircraft carrier to NASA.
Nice. Yeah, it's just there's actually a movie out called Battleship that is kind of in those themes. So that's interesting. Okay. Who else moved really far that feels compelled to share, or who hasn't shared very much and would like to state their perspective?
Yeah. Like, I have a strong opinion and a strong sharing feelings. We have a little bit more time.
Even though I only moved
Yeah,
a little
sure.
bit. So previously I was neutral, but because I think that in ideal world we could like get all the countries, all the paramilitary organizations to cut their spending on weapons of war, and that would be great. But at the same time, that's not really possible, I'm afraid. So that is why I was at neutral, because I believe that military does help to keep the order as it is right now. And without this order, things would get worse for everyone, I feel like. But I moved to like slightly disagreeing because, well, there is a country just waiting for example, Europe to decrease their spending. There is another country just waiting for US to decrease their spending. And there are like smaller organizations probably just waiting for like there to be less aircraft carriers or submarines patrolling the trade routes, for example. So I guess I just had to choose the more grounded option, which is it would probably lead to a lot of chaos in the world, and we may actually lose more money by getting rid of one aircraft carrier. I mean, this is just like a thought. That
That's interesting.
maybe that protecting that trade route actually saves us more money than losing cargo.
Military is holding the infrastructure as it is, and removing it could unravel a lot more than we realize.
Okay. Yeah, thank you. That's all.
Good. Counterpoint. Here we go.
Okay.
Okay. We're going to have one statement from Venia here. Oh gosh. And then we're going to circle up to do our checkout after we congratulate Lau on facilitating another one. Counterpoint 3 to 60 nukes. Are you saying there's 3,260 nukes? Ugh, good
Yeah, I
God.
have no defense of that.
Probably like half of those don't work. I mean, we'd still all die, but
They probably work if the other ones hit them, maybe. I don't know. But
Yeah, who are we gonna sell those to?
yeah, aliens will say, "Hey, we got loot. Give us money." Okay. Nukes don't do that anymore, to be clear. Oh, okay.
oh yeah, we're fucked. The nuke
Oh, wait, give them
situation
to
is really
NASA
bad.
and we'll make that spaceship that just poops out nukes behind it.
Oh yeah, and gets really far. We'll just load up a spaceship and go really far away. Nukes, to be clear. Okay. Yeah, the nukes now are so much more damaging, is what I've read. Let's circle up over here. And we're going to get our appreciation on. All right. What a cool group. Look at all y'all.
I came here at the very last possible moment.
You did, but we still appreciate you coming.
Is so cool.
Okay.
Oh, thank you.
Let's see. Are we in a circle? I was 2 in the center. We all know how to be a circle. I believe in you. All right.
I thought we were going to the wheat.
Also, happy Pride Month for everybody.
Oh, happy Pride Month, everyone. Okay,
Thank you.
so we're kind of in a circle. We're missing Husky, and Gahooligan is an appendage proactive, which is kind of cute. You both resemble each other, actually. But yeah, let's disperse. Okay, so this is the point where we play a ball game, an invisible ball that you can all see. I want your collective groupthink agreement. Do you see this ball in the middle here that's conjuring up, full of energy and vibes? Yes.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
Yes.
it's right there. Yeah, you see it.
Oh.
Okay, so nobody can take it yet.
No.
Uh-oh, Puzzle's drawing. Oh, there it is. Puzzle has outlined where the ball is, but that is not the ball. Yes. So we're going to throw that ball around, and that ball has an acknowledgement for each person here. And so our job, hey, Husky's back. So our job is to find something about somebody's presence who hasn't been acknowledged already, to say thank you for being here. Something about you grew me. It could also be, it doesn't have to be positive stuff. It can be like, hey, you know, the colors you're wearing makes me nauseous, but I figured out a new way to take care of myself. Whatever. I've heard some really interesting things in appreciation games as ways to acknowledge sometimes painful things grow us too. And so this is not about being toxically positive. This is about just acknowledging people stand out to us, and your job is to find the person who hasn't been acknowledged yet and will be most surprised to receive it from you because they didn't think you were paying attention to them. Maybe they didn't even know you were here. All right. So that being said, who would like to grab the ball first? It gets harder as we keep going, so we all get to keep track of who's been gotten and who still needs getting. Venia is gonna grab it. Wow. Okay. Benny grabbed it. Okay.
I would like to send the ball's first voyage over to Ordinary Barry.
Ooh, catch it, Ordinary. Catch it. You got it. Woo. There it is.
Yeah. And the reason is because in a lot of cases, especially with these adventures, we try not to be super neutral. But I have found that your presence has actually kind of anchored me and made me significantly less unhinged. And I just really appreciate that sense of presence and prevalence over the course of the event. I really appreciate that.
That's amazing. Well done.
Yeah, thank you for the comment.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I'll give it to someone now, right?
Yep, you pick somebody who's least expecting it from you at this time.
Teacups.
Teacup, catch the ball.
What?
Hey,
I can't. I don't see a ball.
It's in your hands. You got
pretending
it.
to catch it.
Yeah, you pretend. That's great. Perfect.
There. So I just really liked your, let's call it a play at the last question where you were like being an imposter. Like you just tried to make other people think why was your idea there, like why were you thinking the thing you were thinking? Force others to think about your perspective, and well, in reality, you were just trying to get people to think in a different way, I guess. So that was very interesting.
Yay! Thank you.
Yay. Oh.
I would like to give the ball to Carl Pagan again
Carl,
because I
catch the ball,
love the
Carl.
way the avatar looks.
Oh, you got it for your fancy avatar. That's fancy. Did we lose
I
Lau?
like this one. The tail just gets a little out of control.
No.
Oh,
Yes,
tail.
the tail was in my face before.
I will say I wasn't ready. Good job, Teacup.
You got him. He was surprised. Well done.
I'll throw it to Venia
Venia.
because I was trying not to go too hard into something I was passionate about on that last one, and science spending versus military spending is a big thing that gets my goat as well. So I was thankful you represented those points.
Mm.
Yeah, I thought that was awesome.
Mm-hmm. Comrade in scientific arms. Long live the flask.
Yeah.
Well done.
Yes, exactly.
Us muggles. All right,
Yeah, you
Venia.
have to go twice. That's what
Right.
happens
You.
when you
You
start.
get it twice. Yay.
Well, thank you so much. I appreciate that. I think the next one will be going to Eclipse Husky. I just want to say thank you so much for participating and also giving us the benefit of the doubt in the beginning there when we kind of gave you a little bit of shit. It was good. I appreciate that. Thank you very much. And your presence helped us learn a lot more. So thank you so much for your patience in that regard and for contributing really authentically. Yeah.
Nice.
I'm glad it was useful.
Yay. So Lau has arrived on a carpet of cards. Welcome back, Lau. And Husky, now you get to throw the ball. Somebody who grew you today. Ideally, one that hasn't been acknowledged already.
I guess I'll toss to you, Heyuh.
What?
It's yeah, I know, crazy. Absolutely bananas, as some might say.
Oh my.
The simplicity of the idea goes a long way. And the fact that you've been able to condense all of this into all the things you got going on makes it really helpful for some people. So I'm glad you're able to figure out a new route to visualize it for me.
Yay. Thank you. And I am gonna throw this to Puzzle. Got it?
I caught it, and
Okay.
it is in my
So-
metaphorical hand.
Yes, in your physical hand. So let me give you your appreciation. First of all, this avatar, yes, wow, all the blue and all the pink. And all the water. And secondly, I love that you are a never-ending firework of energy, and I just feel your sparkles wherever you go. Even if it flurries everybody up, it raises our energy and helps us get back on our game because there's a puzzle in the room. So keep being you.
Thank you. Thank you. Usually I'm not this energetic in real life. I'm more serious. But when I come to VR, I try to unmask and hop around and relax. Just be the person you can't not be in the real world. The best version of that. Some people be the worst version of themselves in here. Too much gods.
True. Who do you want to
I throw my appreciation ball to Lau over there. Did somebody already throw the ball?
Catch the ball. Nope, Lau has not.
I appreciate them for making me comfortable on when I first dropped in, and I'm like, oops. And I also appreciate the mysterious person who did the little draw line thing. You know, that was pretty good. I was lost.
Oh,
Yes.
now you got
I
the
don't know,
ball.
it's me.
It's you.
But yeah, okay, I got the ball. Let me think. I'll throw it. Wait, who haven't been appreciated? Who has been appreciated? I was out and disconnected. I was crashed.
Husky was appreciated. Puzzle was. Teacup was. Ordinary has been. And Carl and Venia have been, and I have been. So you get Theo.
Okay, thank you.
Armani, George.
Wow, that's a lot.
Yeah.
Let me think. I'll throw it to.
Whoop.
I'm just
Proactive.
open. I'll throw it to
Oh,
Armani.
Armani. Oh, that was a tease. You got teased.
Okay. Thank you for trying your best to get your perspective out. I know it's kind of hard, and you're constructing your ideas and words. I really see your effort. Thanks for the paid attention. Keep it on.
Nice.
I also love the ideas. I know it's repeated, but everyone's idea is good. I like yours.
Beautiful.
Thank you. Okay.
dribbling.
I always like to bounce the ball. So,
Yeah. Get the energy back in.
I am looking. Okay. I think I'm gonna pass the ball to Gahooligan.
Gahooligan, catch the ball. Woo. You got it.
I've got it. All right.
Nice. Ooh, lots of candy and ball.
Yeah, so yeah, mine is for the, I really just think about everybody here too, but really, I especially appreciate your, argument on niceness earlier. That felt validating, so I wanted to, mention that, and just, as well today, I think was, for me, with Street Epistemology, it's just like the session where I felt the most pulled. I don't usually shift lines, but
interesting.
Today,
yeah,
one of those days. Thank you.
Yeah,
absolutely. Well, I could do that. All right, and then I'm going to pass the ball to. Has George got it yet?
Nope.
George, have you got it yet?
Nope.
All right, I'm passing the ball to you, George. You did fantastic with your facilitation. Well, a little bit too much pepper on that one. Excuse me. Yeah, no, you did an excellent job, and so you should be proud of yourself for that. If it's your first time doing that, that's fantastic.
Yay.
And yeah, no, I think you led that really well, and yeah, I hope to see more from that from you. That's cool.
Back on stage again. Oh yeah, future career. Oh yeah, let the money flow.
Someday somebody's going to come up to George and say, "What are you doing?" He's like, "I'm a street epistemologist." And they're going to be like, "Whoa."
Very niche.
Fancy.
Yeah.
But seriously, the encouragement matters a lot. Thank you all so much. Like emojis and those kind words. Proactive, you get it.
Aww.
I get it. Oh, thank you. It's so wonderful and lovely.
Striking up like a conversation initially until the event got underway, and like noticing my avatar and like that kind of mindful effort to like connect like outside of the event structure itself. Not everybody will take that sort of initiative. So it's a really, really nice thing, as you know, especially as a person who got talked to with that fun little conversation we had right away.
Yeah.
Absolutely, yeah. We see each other quite a bit, and we never really get to talk.
Aw.
We'll get to it eventually. All right, so this wonderful ball. I see a lot of people who have had it. I assume one has not. That
Theo
would
has
be
not.
yes,
And
Theo.
anybody else? I think
You
everybody's
catch
gotten
it
it
as
before.
best as you can.
Yeah, no arms. Sorry.
That's okay.
He
Catch it with
absorbed
your
it
big
into
arms.
his soulfulness. It just evaporates into it.
One thing that you're always doing is shifting your avatars either to suit the mood, suit your personality, or just for fun. And it's always nice to see whatever it may be. Your BMO one really got my eye for quite a while.
Yeah, it's a fun one. I don't use that one often either.
Yay. Okay. Well, Theo, you get to either throw it to somebody or take it home with you and put it on a bookshelf. What would you prefer?
Where does it go on the bookshelf?
I think we could take a vote, but most people probably on the top because it's top shelf appreciation
Probably
ball.
goes with the bees because it's a ball.
Oh,
With
that's
the
interesting.
bees?
With the
Yeah.
bees. Yeah.
Put in the Dewey Decimal System. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. It gets labeled.
It'd be
You
in
earned the last
fiction,
one.
though.
That's right. So, would you like to offer an appreciation to anyone else here, or you want to keep it? Oh, Lau said he'd use it in bowling. If you want to hand it over to Lau. Appreciation bowling.
Threw a bowling ball at you? Sure.
Okay.
Well, I'd like to give the ball to Carl, actually.
Aw,
'cause,
Carl.
I always think it's always interesting listening to your perspective. Whenever like there's something interesting about like morality or any conversation in the room, it's always very, very introspective and very intelligent insights all the time.
Thank you.
Yay. Okay, Carl, you have to take it home. No more appreciations for you.
Yeah, it's mine
All right.
now.
So guess what, everyone? This is going to be maybe even our photo, but we also get to shout out Armani and Venia for what I'm about to place down. Check this fancy little sticker out. Come scoot up here. Look at this.
Ah, yes, that.
So Armani and Venia, I think, put this together. Yay. And
yes.
Does anybody have any questions about what they're seeing in on this sticker before we get a group photo?
I'm glad it shows the time, USET. I was going to ask actually about that.
Nice, yes. Yay.
Yippee!
So civil discourse is the paired kind of learning course to street epistemology. So you can keep coming to street epistemology, but this is a way to sign up and actually get that deeper and next level for 6 weeks with Venia and I, and you will get a certificate at the end. And this is a way to also invest in bridge makers. So please spread the word. We're going to post this somewhere on our Discord so you can share this with other people and tell them about it. And you'll even get street epistemology as part of the deal. Yeah, so you'll be able to come to this, and part of you've all been practicing this already, but part of the homework is going to be facilitating street epistemology like I'm doing and other people are, so that you can actually like do this in your community systems, like have real conversations. We might even have a more advanced version of street epistemology where we talk about really hard stuff. And we haven't really talked about that yet, but that's just been an idea lately of like, we could do a next level of this and talk about pro-choice and talk about religious freedom and whatever and really dig into it. So, okay. But I think that's our little commercial for the day. Let's group up, maybe in front of the rainbow here. We are the spectrum.
It is Pride Month.
It is Pride Month.
Everybody look your most colorful.
Ah, you're all so cute. What's our word for the day? What's our favorite thing that we learned today? Look at that cat.
Oh my god, kitty.
Kitty.
Cats.
Is that our word for the day?
Kitley.
No!
Uh-oh.
Kitty.
Studio
Okay.
Ghibli.
Who is... Okay, there we go. Yay! Okay, Studio Ghibli, I guess, is our word for the day.
Studio Ghibli.
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 We didn't really have a theme. Okay, beautiful. Okay, so that'll be posted on Discord. If you haven't joined our Discord, please do that. And the way that you say, hey, Bridgemakers, you're awesome. I believe in this. Let's do this again. Is you RSVP for this event or another event. And that allows us to bring in more interesting and amazing people, like Venia, for instance, to teach us more cool things. But if people don't RSVP, then it looks a little bit like, who are all the people showing up? So this is a way that you communicate, you find value in this. And that is my spiel for today. So our next event,
Do I have
yay.
to fill out this survey to join the Discord?
You don't, no. But there is a
Okay.
survey with the Bridgemakers group that you can fill out to participate in community research. And that link is on the Bridgemaker group links for VRC.
Okay.
Okay, next event is Thursday, Body Keeps the Score. And I think that's it for today. Thank you, everybody.
Thank you.
I'm going to kidnap
Thank you.
Proactive if I can for a little bit here. And then I will come say
Me?
goodbye to
Oh my
everybody else.
gosh.
I know you have been chosen. Come talk to me for just a little bit.
Yeah, yeah.
Proactive.
Woo.
My being spanked or approved.
Well, so I'm trying to remember when